It has been an amazing journey. Little did I know God was preparing my heart to be able to care for orphans or children that didn't have one or both of their parents to take care of them. Since 15 years ago, we have fostered 45 children, adopted 2 of them, and we will just continue to open our home and our hearts to kids that don't have biological connections or even family members to take care of them. We just really feel like that is our calling. It started way back when my birth dad left us, and then that became a little seed that was planted in my heart that God continued to nurture and grow into what it is today. My name is Jennifer Johnston, and I have been attending Red Hills Church for approximately 27 years. I am married to my high school sweetheart. We just celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary. We have 4 children together, as well as 2 foster placements that we have right now. My parents, who were high school sweethearts, shortly after getting married, they had me and had turned 21. And my biological father decided it was a lot more fun to gamble and drink than it was to have a family at home. So shortly before my first birthday, he left my mom and I. We lived alone together for a couple of years. And then my mom met my dad, my stepdad. The very first time that I met him, I knew in my heart that he was going to be my daddy to fill in that gap that my bio dad had left. So they got married and had 2 babies in 3 years. So we went from being a family of 2, my mom and I, to a family of 5. I got to visit my bio dad a couple of times, and it was pretty inconvenient for him. He continued to party and have multiple children with multiple women, and I did get to visit him around my 13th birthday. I had walked in his business to see him, and I hadn't seen him in probably 5 years at that point. And he didn't recognize me, and I introduced myself, and he gave me a big hug, and we went out to lunch, and it was very odd sitting across the table from a stranger, but yet having him be so much like me or me like him, but had no emotional connection to him. So one thing that I have struggled with as an adult is finding my place within my family with my mom and dad and sisters. I was much older than my sisters when they were born, and so I've always been a little bit jealous about their connection and their connection to my dad, which I have never had. That is something that I struggle with on a daily basis in telling myself and convincing myself that I am an equal part of the family. So just those feelings of inadequacy and not belonging are buried in my soul because I literally was abandoned by my dad. I think unless you've been there and in those circumstances, I don't think you can understand what that missing piece feels like. I hope, because I have that in my soul, that I am able to show my adopted children that they really are an equal to me, that I love them the same that I love my biological children. And I also hope every foster child that comes through my home feels like they belong here and that they're loved and that they're wanted. I've always had God in my life, and that He is the father to the fatherless has always comforted me. He's there no matter what. And I often get asked, how do you do what you do? And I really only have one answer, and it's because God, the Father, has allowed me to experience what I have experienced in order to then pass that on to others.